What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Phanatic Beats at BeatStars on this day, Sunday Sound Show. Let me know if you can't hear me, because I think audio is working, but I can't hear myself. But anyway, it's a pleasure to be here to do this show. We are live. Yes, I see y'all hanging out, man. A lot of familiar faces or names and whatnot. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that, Bufo. Right on point, man. There's something I was going to say. Before I forget, before we get on to the show and introduce our guest today, I got some announcements to make for y'all right quick. Cool, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. And of course, shout out to the whole BeatStars family. It's an honor to be, hosting the Sunday Sound Show. And, much love to the fam, man. I can say so much to the fam, but this is awesome. I was actually just fighting my microphone for some reason. Watch this. So I'll get it straight during the show. That's why I'm holding it like this. So anyway, let's get some announcements for y'all right quick before we get into the show and introduce our guest. I know he's waiting, like patiently waiting. So where are we at here? There we go. Cool. And looks like I'm still on camera. Cool. All right. So let's see. Bet. Okay, so just one announcement today for the community. You can join our interactive Q&A and learn more about the legal side of the music industry with attorney Kyle Brown, shout out to Kyle Brown, and Jessica S., co-founder and CEO of, I believe it's pronounced Cosign. So, and shout out to Jessica as well. Don't miss this free, I repeat, free learning event. It's May 6th, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern, and make sure you RSVP. I'll put the link, let me see if I can copy the link. I'll put the link right here so you can RSVP to that link as well. And I most likely will be attending this as well because, it's extremely important to protect your music. So let me drop that in there. Somebody said whoosh. What does that mean? Anyway, RSVP to that link right there. So anyway, here goes my introduction. You ready, Reed? No, I haven't added you yet. But this our guest today for Sunday Sounds. I met him a while back. He's a very strong supporter of the community. Dope beats. He has some really good questions, and funny guy, and just I don't know. It's very unique, and I appreciate him being a part of the community. Always, lifting people's spirits up, and also just being who he is. And I thought it'd be really awesome for y'all to get to know him on this show one-on-one, and also, tune in to the awesome music that he's been making. And like I said, he's funny, man. So I'm sure he'll have a lot to say on this particular episode. So let's get it. Today, we have Jay Reed. Jay Reed's knocking to the show. Let me add you. What's up, bro?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How's
What's
my
up?
how's my volume? Am I good for the mic?
Uh,
A little quiet?
yeah, you might. Yeah, it's a little quiet.
How's it now? Better?
That's better.
Okay.
Eh, Cool. Yeah, this boom stand is crazy, man. It's never done that before. There we go. All right, man. So now that we're straight, what you got on your shirt there, man? Is that like
This
your
is
gear?
no, it's Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the of Deadpool for sure.
Yeah, I'm been a comic fan like forever, like way back when before even like the Avengers started, before the Iron Man movies, before all the big budget films. I'm
Probably
not gonna
like
say how far back.
probably like before I was born.
Uh, maybe, maybe.
No, but that wasn't even I'm such a superhero Marvel. I'm like such a nerd for that. I don't care if it's cheesy, I don't care if everyone hates it, I probably love it then. So
Yeah, man. Well, I get inspiration from it too. Like the movies inspire me to like create, because I like stories, and those type of films have really big stories. You have a journey, you have a destination, you have someone winning, someone losing. It's inspiring to me.
I
Yeah. So
agree.
it's been a while, man. Nice hat.
Thank you. You know, I had to
S-
rep. You know, I had to rep.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's introduce you. Well, we met. I think was it over a year ago at the BeatStars meetup, probably.
Yeah, it must be maybe closer to 2 years. Probably like a year and a half ago. It was, yeah. You were the ambassador at the first BeatStars event I ever went to, and you know, I don't even know if I'd ever sold a beat online at that point. I think that was like right when I was like, I want to start selling beats and getting on BeatStars, and then you know, sure as heck, I went to that meeting and you were hosting that.
Cool, man. Did I help at all? Like, were you selling a beat?
Um,
Selling your
I'm
first beat?
I mean, you must have, right? Because I was there and I was catching the energy and I was definitely taking notes. And whether it was a technical, I don't even know if I probably didn't even ask questions or anything the first time. I
No,
might
you
have.
did.
I
Yeah,
did.
you
Okay.
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
I always talk a lot, so no, I'm sure you did, man. It was a great time, and then I went to another BeatStars meet when Abe was there, and he came to the same studio, and that was crazy. That was like 4 times as many people. I remember it was like a packed museum when I was in there, but
Yeah, yeah.
really, really good energy. I'm definitely patiently wait until we can get back to those BeatStars meets because I feel like there's such a good time for you, you know, whether you've never sold a beat before or you're already selling beats for a living. Like it's just such a good time and a good place.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you got a lot out of it, man, and I'm glad you attended because it's always cool to like meet people in person, and that's what kind of brings these type of events together, you know. Um,
Yep.
oh, we have our King Rome in the house. What's up, King Rome? Our last guest. I see he joined us as well, and some other familiar names here. So, yeah, man, it was cool. I can't wait to get back to him as well because I've been like stuck in the studio, man, which I can do forever. But you want to get outside and get some fresh air, and the weather's finally turning nice. It feels good to get out. You know,
Oh
how
yeah.
how are you how are you coping with quarantine and all that?
Um, I mean, I'm pretty good now. I think it's safe to say that, you know, I'm no different than everyone else. Me personally, at first when COVID first struck, I was pretty fine. I felt like nothing changed at least for a couple months other than, you know, hearing about COVID, not, you know, I was being inside, I was quarantining, but as a producer, you know, I'm inside in the studio all the time. So at first I didn't notice it as much, but then maybe a couple months in, I want to say, you know, I stopped going to the gym, and the little things I did do outside and the little social interactions that I did do outside, I realized like, wow, those actually mean a lot. And you know, I definitely had some low points for sure. Now I'm good. I just got my first vaccination shot the other day, so I'm pretty hyped about that. Can't wait to get my second. And you know, like you said, the weather's beautiful. I definitely would like to start, you know, getting outside and doing some things with some friends more so. So, but I'm good, man.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Good to hear, man. It affects everyone differently, so I'm glad you maintaining. Um, yeah, I got my first shot too, so I was hyped about that. It didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. I heard a lot of crazy rumors, but it depends, I guess, on what you
Mine,
get.
mine hurt. I didn't get like a bruise or anything, but the next day I woke up, oh man, it felt like it was my birthday and someone just punched me like 23 times. It was, but I was good
Well,
after that, you know. I was a little sick. I was like felt under the weather for that day, you know, a
yeah,
little kind of like I had a fever or something, but was good as new the next day.
cool, cool. Well, and let's actually, where are you from, man? And when did you start making music? Like a lot of people don't know who you are, and give them like a quick intro.
Okay, quick intro. Where am I from? I was born and raised in Copenhagen, Denmark, because my both my parents are retired, but my dad, when he was working, was foreign service, so we traveled like military. So I was born in Copenhagen, Denmark. I lived in Ottawa in Canada a few years after that, and then I moved to Virginia, where I am right now, in Annandale, Virginia, for a year. Before we moved, he had another posting in Abu Dhabi, which is in the United Arab Emirates. So I was there for 4 years, like in the middle of the
Wow.
desert.
4 years
That's
out there.
yeah. So I was six. So from age 6 to 10, I was out there, and then I came back, and we were basically renting the same house that I'm at today. Back when we were over in Abu Dhabi, so I'm still at that house. I came back at 10. I've been there since for 13 years. Been here since for 13 years, and music. Seriously, I got into music in 2017, like the end of 2017. And before in high school, I had dabbled on and off with the beats. I had a cracked version of FL Studio 10, and I had a SoundCloud that I was like, would put some stuff on every once in a while. It's safe to say that I was probably a terrible beat maker and not a producer at that stage, but had fun with it. Later in life, when I hit rock bottom and like turned my life around, which is 2017, is when I would like got serious. And since then, production and music has been like my focal point.
Wow. So was your dad into music?
No one, not in my family. I have like cousins and stuff that are more into music and musicians, but no one in my like close family is musical like that. We all like listening to music, but
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. You have quite a story, man. I didn't even know you were, you know, military affiliate to like the military family. I never heard of. You said foreign affairs? Well, maybe not get too
foreign
deep into that.
it's foreign service. It's like a lot of people say. I think a similar thing is State Department, but my dad worked for foreign service. So the easiest way I put it is he worked for the government, and we traveled just like military.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard anyone say that before. Cause I grew up in a military family. So,
Mm,
yeah, man, you ready to get into some bangers? It looks like people are eager to hear what you want to present. So,
let's do
Uh,
it.
let's let's get into that. I think when I play the beats, you gotta mute yourself just in case, so there's no
Okay.
feedback or whatever.
Sure.
But let me. And was there any particular order that you wanted to go into, or you want
No,
to just
not at
start from the
all.
top? Okay,
Start from the top, click around. It's up to you.
cool. And I made, and actually everybody, you can follow this actual. I'll put the link. Remind me later, Jay Reed, if I forget to
Sure.
put the link to this in the chat, so everyone can access these. And yeah, man. So you want to start at the top here?
Sure.
And actually, let me share the audio. Stop sharing that.
Are those 8-inch monitors in the back, or are those bigger?
No, sir. 10 inch.
This dude trying to bring the whole house down.
Yeah, and there's a sub underneath. So I like it pretty loud, man.
It's
Unfortunately.
safe to say you got the low end frequency jumping.
Yeah, yeah. My daughter and my dog love it. They can hear it from the basement, so music. Let's go down there. It's hilarious, man. Maybe I'll get some video of it. Uh, all right, yeah. So here's the first one. Let's start. And disclaimer: I do not listen to these before the show. I always like to be in the moment and kind of surprised. So I do that specifically. Like I know you sent it me a couple days ago, but I make sure I don't listen to anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just so you can get me nervous when you say that live. I'm like, I'm gonna play some trash beats. They're like, yo.
Skip, skip. No, it's all good, man. It's all good. All good. All right, so this is the first beat on Sunday Sounds. We have Jay Reed's Knockin', and on BeatStars. So this is Keep Trying. Has like old school, so let's check it out. I see your tags here. Cool. So go ahead and mute yourself, and this is Keep Trying.
Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking.
Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking.
All right. I think y'all can hear me. So again, that's "Keep Trying" by Jay Reed's Knocking right here on Sunday Sounds. I'm vibing with it, man. I notice you already have access to the chat, so you can kind of see how they're vibing with it. That has a lot of like nice openness to it. The swing is dope. You know what else I hear on that? I wouldn't think Jaden Smith can do that. Yeah.
That the thing. Well, thank you. First of all, that's like that beat right there. There's probably not many beats in my catalog that sound like that. But when I made that, I thought it was like a pretty good beat. So regarding the tags, I don't know how accurate that is, but thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I was thinking is Mac Miller. I can hear him on that because he likes
That is, yeah.
rest in peace. Yeah, he likes tracks like that. Um, yeah, it has a nice vibe to it, man. It's pretty cool. And are you still using FL Studio?
I still use FL, tried and true. I, for the longest time have been considering like buying a copy of Ableton because my best friend uses Ableton and I just see so much stuff that I love with it, but I don't have enough time to just like dive in and learn a DAW. So maybe one day, or like I'll learn it slowly from cooking up with him. But yeah, man, FL Studio, I use FL20.
Okay, yeah, cool. Both of us do. So yeah, shout out to FL Gang if anybody's in here. Uh, yeah, put your FL gangs up in the chat.
We
But
need
yeah,
we need
shout out to all the producers.
for
Sorry, go ahead.
YouTube. Can we get a image line? One of those. What is it, like the yellow pepper? We need an emoji, a universal emoji for the FL Studio.
Oh yeah, I saw actually. It was something I was researching. That particular fruit is a combination of fruits. So they kind of made
Hmm.
up their own one. It's a hybrid. So I forgot what they call it, but there's an actual official name. I found it somewhere, which is crazy. Oh, we got Studio One in the house as well. So yeah, that's what's up. So there's something else I was gonna ask you about that beat, but yeah. All right, let's go
Oh,
on
the
to the next.
guitar. My boy played the guitar, and he actually went to Omega. He studied and got a degree from Omega Recording Studios. Funny enough, Sam O. Javlo, I think that's how you say his name. Yeah, he played the
Sam.
guitar on that.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I was gonna tell you, shout him out, man, so people know. And how is it having like, you know, live musicians on your beats? Does it is it confusing to do, or does it help your music, or is it trying? Like how is that experience having live musicians?
Game changing. I think in hip hop and trap right now, a super underutilized thing is like live analog sounds. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say he recorded that guitar live on top because he didn't. He sent me loops, but like that's what I want to do eventually, and that's one of the big reasons I'm so interested in like getting really good at piano, because I think there's sort of a lost art of musicianship that dies out a little bit in producing nowadays. And there's nothing wrong with like clicking things in, but dude, there's nothing better than like having like a nice trap beat, but then you got like some crazy like orchestral or real instruments, like with some dude who came on there with a trombone or a guitar and played like a lead on top. Like there's nothing better than that in my opinion in production, and those type of beats make some of the best songs I've ever heard.
Yeah, man, totally agree. You know, I come from that era, you know, so having live musicians, you different things happen than what you expected, you know, and you're like, holy crap, I didn't even think about doing that.
Yeah, the
You,
inspiration is off the chain when you get a musician in the studio and you're like, wow, I could only play like three chords in C major. And then you got a professional in the studio who go like, yeah,
yeah, so especially someone that can play keys. I
yeah,
can spend 24 hours in the studio. I'm like, just do whatever you want. I can make a beat around whatever chord you make.
right, right, right.
um, you mentioned he sent you loops. Were the actual guitar loops he recorded first and then sent it to
Yes,
you? Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, it didn't feel like it was locked in a grid. It felt really free. So I liked
right.
it.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Let's get into the next one. This one is Blue Dream.
Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking.
Vibes on that one, man. I like that melody a lot, and I noticed you have like a guitar over top of it with that melody. That came together really nice, man. Definitely rest in peace, Juice World. Man, that's a strong track right there, man. What inspired you to make that?
Um, I don't know. That type of beat right there, though, I will say is my favorite type of beat to make. Um, in my experience, it's not the beat that I don't know. I have a lot of artists actually that like those type of beats, but I don't know specifically inspiration wise. I just really like those melodic beats. I put pianos in like 75% of my beats. And that one, I guess, just was one of the ones that came together. And I left the drums kind of spacey and, you know, but thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like that beat a lot. I don't know if any artist has really done anything to that beat yet.
Yeah, if they haven't, that's a sleeper right there. Well, they know about it now. I just posted it in the chat, so I made sure everybody, sees that link.
Dope.
Producers, feel free to share that as well. I noticed also the 808 with that kick. Do you sidechain your kick in 808?
Yeah, I do sometimes. I can't tell you unless I open up the project. I don't know if I did off the top of my head, but I will. I do that sometimes. I will say I'm kind of like a huge nerd at processing. Like I swear, every time I mix a beat, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take 30 minutes on this beat to mix it because I gotta get it on BeatStars. And then it's like 3.5 hours later, I've like mixed it, rendered it, put it on SoundCloud, listened to my car once. Then I came back. I'm like, I gotta. So I'm a pretty big nerd with the processing. So
Oh
sometimes it can
man.
go overboard, and sometimes I can get it till I'll mix the beat in like an hour. But yeah, regarding sidechain, and I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I thought I'll throw that in there because I was listening to it. It sounds like it was the way the kick would punch through. And
Yeah,
he
what
went
I've been
pretty low with that 808, like low tonality wise, because almost it went so low that it lost its pitch in some places.
that's why you
But
got to turn on that subwoofer right there.
so you just feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that could be a problem sometimes. Sometimes you'll come up with in production, you'll come up with a dope pattern and you'll be like, but that's too low. No one's gonna hear that, and they're gonna be like, that just sounds kind of bad.
Yeah, man. A way around that is just you got to switch 808s if you run into that, and you certain 808s won't actually go too low, even if it's
Hmm.
the same notes, which is strange. It has to
Well,
be a
yeah,
frequency
because
thing.
that one right there is distorted too. So sometimes if it's like if you take the 808s that were circulating, like 5 to 7 years ago that really weren't distorted and they were super low, like and didn't
Yeah.
have a lot of distortion harmonics. If you try to pitch those up really high, they don't sound good. So
Right. Right.
same thing as if you use one of the newer super distorted ones, they can sometimes sound bad when you put them in the lower pitches, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Got you, man. There's something else I was gonna say about that. But anyway, yeah, we got some music to get through, man. So let's get to another one. And then halfway through, I'm gonna run and turn off my heater because I'm starting to sweat. So I don't know why it's so hot in the basement, man. So side note. So this is Trapacana.
Oh,
I
yo,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. This one, I'm gonna tell you guys, this is the oldest beat that made the list. Sometimes when you make beats, you'll have one beat that's super old. That's it survives the test of time. This is one of those few beats that I don't know, might be 2 years old right now, but I'll let you guys be the judge of the quality.
Yeah, and thanks for that disclaimer. Let me speak on that a little bit. I had beats I made 6 years ago, and they sell for exclusive, or like people are fighting over them. So it doesn't matter. Like I know, like in our heads as creatives, we're like, yo, that beat is old. I don't know why I did that. Whatever, whatever. But one man's trash or woman is another one man or woman's treasure. So just because it's old and you feel like I'm better than that now, to someone else it means something to them. So just want to add that in there. But
Agreed.
yeah, man, excited to hear it. Trapacana.
Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking. Reed's knocking. Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking.
Hey, hey, there you go. That's Tropicana, and actually, yeah, Jay Reed, that actually, the beat was so hot, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait, man. Like the heat and that beat, fire emojis. So just feel free to drop some more fire emojis, quite literally. And if you can find an emoji with a like a little HVAC, I doubt you find that. Go ahead and put that in the chat as well. And that rhymed. Yo, that was dope. Something I was gonna say. I always forget what I'm gonna say because like when I hear music, I'm thinking a million different things, and it doesn't. It has a vibe to it, man. Who can you hear in that?
Um, like looking at those tags right there that I tag those two rappers, I wouldn't even hear those rappers as much. I don't know. I will say the sound just reminds me of Texas all around. So actually, I still would say Meg the Stallion. It has a real Texas feel, and I can prove
Yeah,
that too because one of my homies, one of my favorite artists I work with, didn't release a song, but he did a song with this beat, and he's from Houston, and it's just so it's kind of hard for me to say an artist too because I just have his song stuck in my head.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel
But
you.
that's also a good example of like you can make a super repetitive beat and it might sound kind of repetitive, but if you try to imagine the artist on it and like send it to the right artist to do it, it'll turn out to like a smash hit, like a super simple repetitive beat like that.
Yeah, man. We hear it all the time. All over Billboard, like top charts and stuff. It's different when an artist gets on the beat because you don't really hear how repetitive the beat is. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, yeah. Megan's a good one. You know what else I was thinking? It's a little old school, but um, no, I wouldn't say old school because he's still doing his thing. Paul Wall. I can hear
Oh,
Paul
Paul
Wall
Wall
on
would,
that. He
yeah,
would
he would
murder that.
kill this. He would kill this.
Yeah, he would murder that. And we actually did a contest with Paul Wall. So shout out to the winners of that contest that we teamed up with him on. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, yeah, it was dope. Um, Man, yeah, that had some vibes, man. Definitely dope. Let's see what else you got in store, man. Cause you're switching it up on me. I noticed. So, you
I had to throw in some different vibes. I didn't know who was gonna, be here. I had to give you a little variety pack.
yeah, variety. Some
It,
Bufo. Shout out to Bufo. He says the baby. You can hear the baby maybe on that. What do you think? The baby?
yeah,
No.
but the thing with the baby is you got to be careful because realistically, I think the baby could rap on just about any beat. So I don't think that's the kid that has like the character. I think that the closest thing were some of those 808 like cadences at the end of the patterns that has like that the baby thing. But all around as a beat, I mean, sure he could rap on it, but I don't think it's like a baby type beat. If I would
Yeah,
say that.
yeah, I got you. I agree. But yeah, the baby can rap on classical music. that dude's that dude's flow is just crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I agree.
All right, so let's get into another one here. Let's. I'm interested in where you're gonna take me. This is swaying. Oh.
Yeah,
All right.
I got to shout out my boy Mikhail. This is a collab with him.
Okay, cool, man. And I think Mikhail was at the Sound Advice tour, right? For Kato.
He was. That's actually where I met him. Like a little, yeah. That's like where I met him. And since then, we just been making beats like crazy. That dude is the biggest troll ever. If you ever have a bad day, send one message to him. He'll send you the stupidest three memes or messages back to back. You'll be smiling in no time.
There you go. That's what's up. Shout out to Mikhail. I think we do have one collab together. So yeah, man. I met him there as well. Yeah. Shout out to Mikhail and also Kato on the track
Oh
too.
yeah. Shouts out to
Um,
Kato.
so yeah, this is swaying and it's reggaeton. Here we go.
Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking.
All right, that's Swaying by Jay Reed's Knocking on Sunday Sounds. You hit me with like three different vibes, genres, man. It's crazy. I didn't know you even make reggaeton. I think I made one reggaeton beat in my entire, maybe two, in my entire career. And yeah, that's dope, man. What inspired you? You just want to make something different that day?
Yeah, and reggaeton is a genre that I've been interested in for a long time, but it's still really early. I have some other stuff I need to mix and release. But yeah, it's a genre I really appreciate. That along with pop are some genres I'm trying to tap into more and really figure out how to do. But I just love the music I hear in pop and reggaeton, the general vibe and just the feeling I get when I listen to those songs. I just love them. So,
Yeah, and you notice a lot of them are in major keys,
hmm
because it's a little more uplifting than like a trap beat or whatever, musicality wise, and it's almost it's kind of like a tropical feel. You know what I mean? Like you're on vacation or you're just dancing and you're free. You know?
I agree completely. And I think the reason I like them too is because, I've learned with hip hop and trap beats, especially with what people like right now, it's a really minimalistic, tight sounding beat that is appreciated and sells the most. And you hear on the radio, if we're talking mainstream. So it's really repetitive. And like if we're talking melodic wise, even if you do a melodic 4 or 8 bar loop on like your melody and your chord progression, you can only do so much. But with pop and reggaeton, you can break out of that box fairly a lot and have like different counter melodies and change the chord progression and change the key and do more creative stuff with the melodies. And like you said, that major the major scale, you can get real positive, and it's just a good feeling.
Yeah, yeah, and I noticed you tagged Bad Bunny on there as well. Yeah, he's like major. He's killing
That
it,
dude, yeah.
and he's from my homeland too. So yeah, that's a good tag right there. Um, and I noticed that one's mixed a little differently.
Yeah,
Um,
that's Mikhail. He mixed that.
okay, yeah, excellent job on that mix. It just it sounds really good. And you sent him the beat to mix it?
So this one we definitely made in person. I like sending stuff back and forth, but the beats I make in person, especially with him, are crazy. So we definitely made it in person, and then I think it was probably he had all the stuff on his computer on Ableton. He just ended up mixing it.
Oh, okay, cool. You made it in FL, he mixed it in Ableton.
No, we actually that one we probably did make in Ableton. Whenever we cook up, we'll switch on and off. Like I'll be like, okay, I have to do this in Ableton, even though it's going to take me 3 times as long to click in a freaking triad.
No,
But
they have some type of performance mode where because I used Ableton when I was at someone's studio in LA, and he set it up where I think it was the push. I think that's Ableton.
mhm.
I didn't have to click anything in. He was like, "Yo, watch this," and I was making like super crazy chords just by pushing, one or two buttons. So I think they have like some type of performance mode. If you want to look into that, so you don't have to click nothing in, man.
I think that's actually the coolest part about Ableton. That's like the biggest thing that attracts me to it because I'm a real hands-on person. And like if I can hit stuff, I think that's why I like piano too and recording a lot of my stuff. I just get in that's my groove right there. If I can, the less I click and get lost in the computer, mixing and processing aside, like when I'm making the beat, I like to hit as many things as possible. And the push, I've seen people who are really, they understand how to use it well. And like you said, they don't have to click anything. They can make their whole beat right there. I think that's the dopest thing.
Yeah, and the closest thing that Image Line got to it is the Akai Fire. I know a lot of people were hating on it, but I bought it and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna keep using it until I can discover what its potential. And I actually started liking it more. You know what I mean? Because it has a performance mode where it locks into the key. You can do chords really easily with it, kind of like the push. But I'm sure new stuff always comes out. And these
Right.
companies are. It's a very competitive market.
I'm sure they're going to come out with a new one of those fires soon because they got to compete. And that one's been out for like maybe 2 years or something. I'm sure they'll come out with one and go crazy.
Yeah, and they teamed up with Akai. So Akai is like, so like a pioneer in the hardware industry. So that was a smart move for them. Let's play the next one. And sometimes I can tell the genre by looking at the tags and the and the little disclaimer you have. But yeah, let's check it out. This is Not Today by Jay Reed's Knockin'.
Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking.
Nice, nice. That's not today. Yeah, I like that one as well. I can tell you like guitars. You got guitar in that one as well. I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
just
give that a like and repost for you, bro.
bet.
There
Thank
you go.
you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
really like melodic, like uplifting stuff with a lot of harmonies and guitars. You can do that really easily.
Yeah, and I noticed you also had like the 808 slides going on in the back.
I'm a fan of those too. I was a fan of those way before this drill era. I definitely I love yeah, I think cuz like you take it 808 and then you're making it like melodic literally by sliding a harmony. I think it's the coolest thing. But thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. You're welcome. That one, I don't know. That sounds like a smash to me. Like you get the right artist on that. That beat is crazy. I was gonna ask you, how'd you get your producer name?
Um Funny enough, so I think the biggest inspiration from my name before I ever produced it all, I was really into like Action Bronson and Riff Raff. I just thought they were the weirdest, dynamic, funny. Like I honestly think Riff Raff is still like such a dope rapper. He may
He is
suck at
dope.
kind of freestyling sometimes, but like if you listen to him and actually listen to what I'm saying, listen to what he's saying, there's no one that is even close because he's so creative, like in what he does. There's no one who's similar to him. I think it's the craziest thing. But long story
Hmm.
short, he used to be best friends or really good friends with what's his name? Who did I just say? Action Bronson. And Action Bronson has a thing in one of his famous songs where he's like, "Opportunity be knocking, um, let a motherfucker in." And
Hmm.
that was like my one of my biggest inspirations because I'm a big optimist. Can I cuss on here?
Go ahead. You already
Okay,
did, so yeah. No, no,
I,
because I think you can, but try to keep it limited so we can keep it on
I
whatever.
I didn't know how to censor that. No, I won't cuss anymore. But
Okay.
that's what he said. That's the lyric. That's what he said. And I'm a big optimist, and that saying right there was I was just like, okay, so I like instead of I want to be the opportunity. So I was like, Jay Reed's knocking, kind of like knocking at your door. I'm the opportunity awaiting. That's kind of like the biggest thing, honestly, for me.
Awesome, man. I actually
Yeah.
didn't catch that. I was thinking like the beats are knocking,
Well,
like the
that's why I
slang
go.
word.
That's kind of like the pun, where most people probably think it's like that. So I feel like it works well like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's definitely dope. Now you break it down more, and I'm an Action Bronson fan. What's the name of that song with Chance the Rapper on it? Why you gonna hit me like that?
I don't even know, but I know
Why
exactly
you
what you're talking
gonna?
about.
Yeah, I think it's called Roller Coaster. I don't know. But anyway, I used to play that song almost at every gig. I didn't care if people knew it because it was just a feeling about it. He's a funny dude too.
He's a
And
really dope artist too.
he's extremely talented, and I think he's a chef too.
Yeah, I think
Um,
he was like a pro chef, and then he was just like, I want to rap, I guess.
yeah, yeah, but crazy, crazy. His TV show. Yeah, you know it's funny. I don't even know if I can say that, but I think I had some music pitched for his TV show, which was Bufo just mentioned. So, which is an awesome thing. Hopefully it
Yeah, that
lands.
is dope.
Yeah. Let's get into some more music. We can talk forever, man. I always go over time. And speaking of talking, let me actually say our announcements again. For those that joined us after the start, it's all good. This is about protecting your art. It's about licensing and copyright webinar. It is a licensing and copyright webinar. You can join our interactive Q&A and learn more about the legal side of the music industry with attorney Kyle Brown and Jessica S., which is a co-founder and CEO of Cosign. So don't miss. It's a free learning event on May 6th, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can RSVP at the link that I shared earlier. If you just joined, I will share it now. And this is definitely a must, learning how to quickly copyright your music, which is extremely important. A lot of people take it for granted. Um, and it's nothing like protecting, what you worked so hard on. There we go. So that link right there is what you RSVP to. Any type of feedback or advice about protecting your music, Mr. J Reed's knocking?
Um, well, I'm definitely not an expert at this. Okay, I'm gonna give because I can't speak on any expert advice on how to. Well, okay, so I'll say this: register with a PRO like BMI or ASCAP. That's a must. And then and then register with Sound Advice so you can collect globally instead of just domestically. As far as like copywriting and anything further than that, I can't really speak on it too heavily, but definitely do those two things and go to the event, the free learning event that Phanatic just said. But I will say on the other side of the spectrum, if you are just getting into selling beats or making music and putting it online, one thing you can do is you probably hear my beats. I have my beat tag every 45 seconds. No one is really going to want to release music on top of that. So that's going to stop them from stealing your music. And even if that doesn't work, my beat tag is playing every 45 seconds. So they're just promoing my beat. And other than that, I will say don't be afraid because, you're better off putting your music out there and maybe something happens negative, maybe something doesn't. But if you don't put your music out there, then no one even knows who you are and ever will. So I'll say that.
There you go, man. I had hundreds of producers afraid to put their stuff out there, especially because of theft and stuff. And that's why it's really awesome that BeatStars has like an auto tag. Even if you don't have your custom tag, it tags your music because people, download it for free or whatever, and they perform over it. So that way it protects it in that sense. And also it's free advertising if they still take it, because they have J Reed's knocking all over the beat. Also, copywriting your music is important. Everyone has a different method. Some people do it every time they release a beat, which can be exhausting. Some people do it in bulk, maybe once a month. Some people do it quarterly. Some people do it annually. Copywriting your music, definitely join that webinar because Cosign makes it a lot easier to copyright your music. And that way everything is protected. So yeah, check that out. It's definitely dope. Bufo did mention the opportunity section. Let me just highlight this. Please remind people to visit the opportunity section because folks be forgetting all the time and then complain they missed out. Bufo, you have no idea how I know that firsthand. Always, like, for opportunities, don't wait to the last moment. And don't, like, show up an hour before the deadline and then try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, opportunities come. We have really awesome opportunities. Make sure you attack those. Not attack, but submit early because, in the real, like in the industry, sometimes opportunities just they come and go. You can't wait and you can't sit on it. So I'm actually putting that link right in the comments, and you click on that. Once you're logged in your BeatStars account, you go straight to the opportunities that are active as well, and you get to see all the awesome stuff that's there. So yeah, thank you for mentioning that. Did I talk too much on that segment?
No, I think you're good. Everyone could, opportunity section is solid.
Oh, my bad. I clicked wrong. There we go. All right, man. So yeah, let's get to some more music. Let's see. Big Bombs. Crazy. Here we go.
Yo, get the door, J Reed's knocking.
big bombs. And I'm only speeding up so we can get through, your music. Do you use a VST or like guitar rig or something to process your guitar
Uh,
sounds?
I don't have guitar rig. I really want it. When I upgrade my contact select contact or whatever on the summer sale in June, I'm definitely gonna get guitar rig. I think it already comes with it when I upgrade, but no, right now I kind of just I process that. I don't even think I process that like crazy. Probably just reverb and a couple free, if not included in my DAW plugins, to be honest.
Yeah. It sounds good. It doesn't even like it sounds like you use something a little more like like guitar rig because you can get lost in guitar rig. There's so much you can do in there. Like you can set up all the racks of amps. It's just crazy what you can do. You know what? Let me give you all a gem. You can throw anything in guitar rig, anything, and come up with some weird, super weird, creative stuff. And that goes with all plugins. Like some people get so one-minded, like simple-sighted, and they try to do what it's advertised for. This is you bought it. Well, mostly you buy your stuff, but go crazy with this stuff. You know what I mean? Like you can throw anything into any VST and watch the magic happen or confusion.
Yeah, I probably the way well, I will say first, you have to start off with a good sample. If you have a really low quality guitar sample or any sample for that matter, processing can only take you so far. It's like if you're in the kitchen and you start with really, really bad, low quality ingredients, like if you have hot dogs and ramen, you're not going to cook a filet mignon with that. Same thing works with producing, but I probably did some type of cheap emulation, like tenth of what Guitar Rig can do for that, but the sample was good. So, now Guitar Rig, I definitely had my eye on in for a while. When I upgrade Contact soon, I'm definitely going to be all up in there.
There you go. All right, next beat is It's Madness. Check it out.
Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking.
Yeah, that's It's Madness. Yeah, that one is definitely dope. I was vibing with that. I put that in the chat for everybody. Um,
Thanks, bro.
yeah, I can hear. Yo, you're welcome, bro. I can hear Joyner Lucas definitely on that. He would have
Joiner is
murdered
a
that beat.
beast, man. Joiner is a beast.
Yeah, he's crazy, yo. Um, Man, yeah. I like that whole beat, man. I wanted to play the whole thing, but that one's definitely that's fire right there. What that actually sounds probably different than most of what you shared so far. Were you like in a different space or something when you made that? You're bringing that
I'm
heat, man.
thank you. I'm sure I was. Yeah, my main style is not like those super hard hitting, aggressive, darker stuff, but every once in a while, I guess I'm in the mood and I'm just like, I want to make this slap. I want to make, but I think I can't exactly remember the melody, but that melody gave it a lot of bounce for the rhythm. Um, it might have been one of my friends playing like a flute or something, but and I think I might have like chopped it up in slice X to give it that real gritty, tight, and bouncy feel. But thanks, man. I'm a big fan of that beat too. I'm waiting to find the right artist for that one for sure.
Yeah, definitely feeling that one, man. I noticed you've been responding in the chat there. Like, how important is it for producers to respond to like comments and people that, you know, good or bad, like respond to your music, like social media and actually on the BeatStars platform as well? How important is it to communicate, with uh, the world?
I will say as long as it's not spam and it's literally someone saying something, regardless if it's negative or positive, you definitely should respond because business is. I'm not going to sit here and say you have to be like personal friends and become best friends with everyone, but business and business relationships are, very similar to a personal relationship, and reaching out and showing people that you care and at least acknowledging them and thanking them or taking their criticism goes a long way. And it may be really annoying some days, and it may take a lot more effort than for me to sit here and not acknowledge anyone in the chat. But I guess I'm also just blessed in my personality. I'm super grateful that people interact and listen to my music and want to say something. And I'm never going to take that for granted. Like if you say something to me, negative or positive, I got to respond. But even just on a business standpoint, super important for social media, for BeatStar sales, for all that stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You can actually, even people that may say something negative, you don't have to respond negatively because a lot of times a negative is just compounded negative energy. So what I'll do is just say thanks for listening, or appreciate it. And it depends how they receive it because some think I'm just being a jerk, just saying whatever. You know, they'll say like, "Oh, now you're trying to sound condescending." You know what I mean? Just by saying thanks for listening, but I'm genuinely saying that, or thanks for your feedback, or whatever. And sometimes when you say just that, they might like the next beat you post, and then they'll buy it. I've had
Right.
experiences like that. I'm like, yo, you hated on 10 of my beats. I almost blocked somebody, but he still bought
Right.
a bundle. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like a
that's
lot of
funny.
stuff.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Um,
so just
no,
thought I'll share that.
I respect that 100%. I don't want to get super off topic, but if anyone in the chat knows who Gary Vee is, he has a huge social media marketing company. He's kind of like a mogul in the whole social media era, and one of his whole things is like deploying empathy. And if you think about it, like if someone comes onto your page and is hating on your stuff, it's like they're really usually in a bad spot, and it usually has more to do with them projecting their negative emotions on you. So I agree with you, Fanatic. I do the same thing. Like if it clearly someone is just hating, I'll be like, like sometimes I'll even acknowledge the hate and be like, okay, I'll see, I'll like really acknowledge it and say thanks or whatever. Um, but I think that's just like because I don't want to let anyone bring me down like that. Then that's when I lose myself. I feel like so if someone comes on my page and hates on my thing, I'll be like, thanks for listening. Or sometimes they might just have approached me the wrong way and they kind of sound like they're being really, disrespectful, but they might not have meant it that way. And I'll just take the constructive criticism and run with it. But I'm never going to base my whole, I'm never going to get down and like flip out at someone too, because that's my business too. I don't want, that's just immature on my part then.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I don't respond to every negative thing. I just can't, because
No, of course.
it'll yeah,
Sometimes you got
it's
to
a
block them, bro. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm amazing. Sometimes like you just see someone that's just like, all right, you're blocked. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Like, so you can't, you know.
yeah. I blocked many people. It was just total disrespect. I'm like, okay, keep that over there. I'm gonna keep
The
working.
the worst is when you wake up and you got a few emails and it's like, you'll buy these beats. Da 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 da. Da. It's like, bro, like I don't even really
Yeah,
rap. You got the wrong email. You just scraped a bunch of emails on Twitter. I'm not gonna buy
yeah,
the beats. I just block them immediately. Like,
yeah. It's pathetic. Yeah, it's sad what spamming has turned into. Here, let's get into the next one because I could talk forever on that. This is sliding. Check it out. Oh, different
Yo,
tag
hit the
there.
door, Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, hit the door, Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, hit the door, Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, hit the door, Jay Reed's knocking.
Wait, let me see where it's going. Yeah, a little change up there towards the end. Yeah, that has almost like a old school vibe to it, a little bit. Um,
that's also another beat where like nothing. If you go through my whole catalog, that's probably like the one beat that sounds like that. There might be a couple that have similar vibes, but
got you. Yeah, I have beats like that. I'm all over the place, man. So, like, you go to my catalog, you hear you hear some stuff like, yo, I never heard anything like that before.
I'd be like, what was Phanatic doing today that inspired him to do this?
Yeah, man. I did a I standard beat showcase, and I did a song. Oh, actually, the judges were like, "Yo, that should be on Olympic, straight up." and people were laughing, but no, they were like, "No, that's a compliment, bro." I put like this beat was totally left, and the one of the judges was Rockwaller. I remember that. He actually asked me like he was like in tears, yo. His eyes were watering, and he was like, "Yo, what inspired you to make that, man? That is something I never heard in my life." And it was actually very complimenting. I would never forget that. So yeah, I don't even care what people think. I like to just push the boundaries. You know what I mean? So, and I understand like having one beat that's totally different than your catalog. I totally understand that.
And if you don't push the boundaries, like sometimes I tell some of my close friends I produce too, I'm like, yo, making beats, we all know the beats that sell like in our catalog. We all know when we make a beat and we're like, I have this artist, he's perfect for it. I'm gonna send it to him. But sometimes, dude, you just gotta go in the studio, open it up, and just make something really weird and just start hitting stuff. And that's because if you lose that, then you lose like having fun. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like everyone has got to have fun and make some really weird stuff and experiment.
Yeah, man. You hit the nail on the head. That's perfect advice. Is having fun about making this music. Some people just focus too much on money, and they lose the joy, unfortunately. So it's about being free and enjoying the process. Yeah,
Heck yeah, bro. And I think, believe it or not, when you start to not be so tough on yourself about every minute you have in your free time, you have to work on a beat to make a sale, and you start to just be a little more like, I'm gonna have fun. Like, keep a schedule and keep a goal in mind for sales and beat store. But like, when you have fun and you give yourself a little more freedom with creativity, I feel like your sales increase because I don't know, maybe that's just, I feel like that's really true.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. I agree with that. I was cutting my yard the other day, and I got a beat sale. I was had my Bluetooth headphones on, so I can hear the cha-ching from my phone. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed like I'm enjoying cutting my yard. You know what I'm saying? So like being in that state of like I knew I had to make mad music. I know my schedule. I'm very, very like insane with my schedule. And I'm like, yo, I'm like 4 beats behind, bro. I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna cut my grass. I don't even care right now. I'm happy I'm cutting the grass. It's nice outside, and I got a sale. You see what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
miss like mad beats. So sometimes that doesn't even matter. We're all in our head about it.
Also, I see Buffo in the chat talking about, you know, it's less stressful. That's really important too. Like, okay, so let's say you focus on, like, you get home from work, you work 9 to 5, you get home and you're making beats like all night and marketing all night, and you do that for like a month, and you increase your sales, right? But is it worth it if you're like stressed out of your mind, you're like lacking physically, you start gaining weight, you're not spending enough time with your family? Like, is it worth it? So there's that too. And I feel like, and then you burn out eventually on that. So I feel like it's just not worth it. It's not realistic.
Yeah, man. I know a lot of people that burnt out and they're stressed out, but and money doesn't bring you happiness. It really doesn't.
Nope.
It doesn't matter how hard you work. Sometimes you can't force things, man. So anyway, we can have another call about that. Let's get through the last two here. This is countdown, and let me actually share the screen so you can see it. And again, this is Sunday Sounds with Jay Reed's Knocking, and this is Countdown. Check it out.
Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking. get the door, Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, 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 get the door, Jay Reed's knocking.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yo,
Not
get the
bad.
door, Jay Reed's knocking.
See, I jumped it. Are y'all? Can y'all still hear me? Cause I actually unplugged my interface. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. This is gonna be the funniest episode ever. My little one actually woke up during my show, and she's saying hi to everybody. So she's gonna talk over me. Yeah, thanks, Cloud9. What's good? Yeah, thank y'all for letting me know. Yeah, that's crazy. Cause it's funny. She jumped out. She's getting out of her crib now. Here, so you can see my expression here. She's getting out of her crib these days, right? So she can climb out. This is nap time. So there's stairs. So she gets out. You know, we haven't been able to lock the stairs off. So this is the funniest episode ever. Had to run and get her before she jumped down the stairs. So she's here with me, man. So yeah, it's nothing you have to worry about yet, right, Jay Reed?
No, we're good. I didn't know what happened. I figured it was something urgent because you just left. I was about to have to start rapping or something on top of that beat.
Yo, that beat is crazy. That's one of my favorites, by the way.
Thank you.
I love the chords that you chose and like the sound selection. And what tags did you use? Let me see if I can.
I think it was Russ and Drake. That one I really hear Russ doing like an alternative, not one of his mainstream songs, but I really, really feel like Russ would do justice on that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
but
that's good.
There's a decent amount of, I don't know, who'd you hear on that?
Man, I don't know. I like the beat by itself, to be honest. And when I do like it like that, it's special, you know, because whoever goes on it, it's just icing on the cake, you know. When I hear a beat where I just want it, thank you. Yeah. When I hear it by itself, it's just, you know, those are usually the ones where you're like, you hold on to until somebody gives you a big exclusive or you send it to a label, whatever, man. That one's special, you know. When did you make that?
That's definitely more recent. Definitely more recent. I feel like that sound right there is a little bit of like my sound coming together and transcending, but also, you know, being cohesive and like my older stuff blending with my new stuff. I feel like that beat right there is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, man, I can hear your growth with that, and it seems like you were open to trying something different, you know. And that's what I felt, because it's not a typical beat, you know. It's like sometimes you get those ones where it's just you, just making whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's kind of what I got out of it, unless I'm mistaken.
No, I appreciate that. I feel like that's kind of like, I don't know, that's kind of how I see it. Like when I listen to it myself too, it's just, it has those similarities to a lot of stuff you may hear, but then there's also tons of stuff that's like different. So I'm glad that the expression, like it, you know, you hear it that way too.
Cool, man. All right, last but not least, and I see why you saved that towards the end. That was actually one of my favorites. And you heard Lockdown start on accident, but yeah, let me share that one.
Believe it or not, I did not do that on purpose.
Okay.
But I see my accidental playlisting skills have paid off right here.
Accidental playlist. Hey, you know what? That happens in beats. You know, when you're producing and all of a sudden, you know, you did something you didn't want to do in a beat and you're like, yo, that sounds good. You know what I mean? So there's that one that just played. What was it called again, Jay Reed? It's a countdown?
Oh, countdown.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of that, here's the last beat on Sunday Sounds. This is Lockdown. You got the countdown and now the lockdown. Requires bars. All right, let's get it. Let me rewind it so you can hear it from the beginning.
Yo, get the door. Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, get the door, Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, get the door, Jay Reed's knocking. Yo, get the door, Jay Reed's knocking.
There you go. That's Jay Reed. Jay Reed's knocking on Sunday Sounds on BeatStars, and that last one was Lockdown, and that is a banger. I think I think you were saving those two for last. Was that another accident?
Yeah, I'm not lying. I think I added them to the playlist because I think they were just at the top because they're the most recent ones.
Oh, okay.
Lockdown
And
is literally the last beat I uploaded. I think I literally uploaded that last weekend. So
yeah, that's a monster. And the tags are dope too. I can hear those artists on there as well. NF would be crazy on that. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. My friend said that too.
Yeah, and I feel bad that everyone always says NF then Eminem. I know they hate that. Both of them probably. They're like, yo, just say one or the other. But I know their styles are similar. So, and but yeah, either or. But yeah, that was a monster, man.
Thanks, bro. That's another beat where like I made that I was like, whoa, I've never made anything like this. The samples definitely helped me. I got like this exclusive sample pack. I don't know if you follow Superstar O, but his
Yeah.
company Industry Kits. He started doing some like he'll drop sample packs every once in a while where it'll be like limited to 100 copies, and that was one of the samples in there. And that sample is just out of this world. I heard that and I was like, oof, gotta go in on this.
Yeah. It's crazy how like certain sounds can inspire, like no matter where you are mentally or creatively. Like any sound, you know what? I'm one of those type of guys. You mentioned earlier that if it's crap, you don't try to make basically compiled crap. Basically, if it's bad already, it's hard to make something good. I like to take things that are really disgusting and try to make it into something beautiful. So I like that type of challenge. And but what do you mean as far as like what type of things inspire you as far as like sounds and loops? Like what gets you like really going where you're like, I gotta do this.
Um, that is such a tough question, man. You know
You like
what?
guitar. You like guitars a lot. I notice,
I
and
like
that loop
guitar.
sound like arcade a little bit from output.
My I think my biggest thing is the reason why I like guitar is I'm like a real I'm a very practical person and my approach is well I can't play any guitar at all. So I always use guitar loops, but yeah, no, I like guitar. I mean my favorite instrument is piano and I that's why I play the piano, but I don't know. Some of my biggest inspirations is not musical. It's not directly like I can't pinpoint it or I'm trying to, I don't really do a lot of where I listen to a song and then I try to make a beat or I listen to a thing and then if you pay me to do a custom beat to a reference, I do that. But a lot of my inspiration is just life. Like I feel bad, I feel good, I feel frustrated, whatever it is. And it's really hard for me to describe, but I feel like a lot of my inspiration is intangible like that. It's not so much like I'm inspired by, alternative rock, or I'm inspired by Lil Uzi Vert. I think I have that, of course, like everyone else, but knowingly, I think a lot more of my inspiration is just like life and being grateful and waking up and like, oh, I don't feel like making a beat, but I want to make a beat, and then I make something crazy, those things.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you shared that because like every person is different. Everyone is very unique, and people are inspired by different things. And we're the same. I let life inspire me. Like I'll sit outside or wherever. I'll ride my bike or like I mentioned when I was cutting the grass, or I'll watch a movie. I even play video game and I'll get excited, like inspired. Like I'm very, very easily inspired. Or just watch my daughter do something silly, like ride the dog or whatever. Like
I think
yeah,
I've
I'm
seen that.
inspired.
I think I've seen that
Yeah,
on your Instagram before. That's pretty funny.
yeah, yeah. And
I,
I go ahead.
I get inspired by shows too. I definitely get inspired by shows, and it doesn't have to do anything with music. And I'm not saying like the music, the sync, like placement, the music score behind is what inspired me, but just like shows, like the journey, and I don't know. I like shows and movies. Those definitely inspire me too.
Yeah, yeah. And you think about it, all shows and movies is just creativity anyway. It's just a different format, and that's
Exactly.
probably what. Yeah, that's probably why people are inspired by them. And I didn't forget. Here is the link to the entire Jay Reed Knocking Sunday Sounds playlist. Can I share it? Is that cool?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Cool. And there's the playlist right there, so y'all can check out all the beats that we played on the show. Make sure you support them, give them some likes, reposts, and whatnot for those beats that you liked. Even the ones you don't like, you heard them, you don't like them, but share the ones that you do like. There's something else I was gonna ask you, man. You want to shout out like any friends or family that is tuning in, on the show?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of hard to me for me to keep track. I don't know who's in here exactly right now because people
Okay.
come and go, but I will definitely shout out Buffo. He's been in here going crazy on the chat the whole time. And everyone who has tuned in, and Machine Smith, he's going crazy. I really appreciate all you guys watching. To all my friends, I don't know if Skev, M1, the producer, is still in here. Anyone that I do know or I've talked to, seriously appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I know Rome, I don't think he's in here anymore. He tuned in, but yeah, man, everyone for tuning in. Just appreciate the community a lot.
There you go. And about community, like I don't know, like how do you approach collaborations? Like somebody reaches out to you, or you reaching out to other people. Like how is how important is collaborations to you? Let me put it that way.
Okay, I love this question. I feel like collaboration is essential. No matter what genre you're trying to do, no matter what you're trying to do in the industry, collaboration, as a creative person, but specifically producing and making beats is essential. On the flip side, I will say there's a lot of people who sell collabs, and a lot of sort of like in the producer community, there's this sort of energy where you have to always do collabs with people, and then you have tons of people reaching out and trying to force collabs. And I completely disagree with like doing collabs sort of in, I don't want to say manipulative, but it's almost a manipulative way. Like people just trying to do collabs with everyone. Like, yo, take these loops and CCing a pack of 10 loops to like 500 people. I think that is so played out. There's nothing wrong with sending your loops to multiple people, but like my opinion with collabs is I keep it organic. Like when people send me loops and I've never talked to them before, I probably will just delete your stuff. I mean, call me what you want, but that's my opinion. I find joy in collaborating with people who I enjoy, like regardless of their skill level. I will give you a chance if I respect you and we know each other. I feel like I make better music like that, and I'm much more interested in growing and building relationships and growing with people than like faceless transactions. Because if I wanted a faceless transaction, I'll just go buy a loot pack, which I do sometimes. But for collaboration, I'd say keep it organic, but it is super, super important. And that's a huge thing where if you're ever feeling uninspired, collaborating on beats can bring tons of ideas and help you learn so many things. Additionally, they give you a connection and someone to talk to and just become friends with. So collaboration, A1, but I recommend keeping it organic and not being really, really annoying.
Yeah, yeah, man. Totally agree with you. I couldn't said it better. There's like people taking collaborate, especially during like COVID and all that. People have taken collaboration as it's like surface. You know what I mean? Like I get spammed insanely, and I had to block so many people and report spam. It's just crazy. But when someone just reaches out, hey, what's up? How you doing? Whatever. It depends on the approach as well, and that says a lot about that person. I don't care how many followers you got. I don't care what type of history you have. I'm always open to, you know, working with someone that appreciates you, in your music. And but for some people, they'll see either a status, and just send you stuff. Check this out. Listen
Yeah,
to this.
and that's like transactional, bro. That's like you're viewing music and collabs as a robotic gesture. Like, oh, that is my way in, as if this were a game, and I have to do that to strategically place me at an advantage. Like, I can't. That's not it, bro.
It's
Just
called thirsty.
just be exactly. That's it. That's perfect. Like, I won't say anything else because I could go on this forever, but be hungry in the music industry, but don't be thirsty. There's a big
There.
difference from being hungry and thirsty. And thirsty is a bad look. And you're probably gonna make more people angry than yeah. So that's all I'll say. Like,
Yeah, it's basically you get blacklisted.
yeah. And that's definitely a thing in the industry.
Oh, you're one of those. See ya.
Yeah. And it's even better nowadays because in 2021 you don't have to fly over to a board meeting to realize that someone's blacklisted. You can literally go like this. Oh, this person's blacklisted. I'm gonna never talk to him. Like, that's so. And it's just a
Yeah.
bad vibe. I think it's not how I don't want to condone life at all like that. So
She's trying to be on camera. This is an official. Are you trying to say hi to everybody? You gotta back up. Here, come over here. Look, that's you right there. Here's your head.
hi.
Now she's hiding. Okay, you hiding? Okay. You doing peekaboo? All right, all right. She heard you and got shy. See how she's covering her face? Look. Yeah, this is hilarious. So the next thing I was gonna ask you, bro. My bad for the uh, lovely intrusion.
No, I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all.
um, Man, what I was gonna say? Oh, what is one of your favorite BeatStars features that you like about the platform? What do you like using?
Hmm. My favorite feature. Okay. That's hard. There's a lot of good features. What is my favorite feature? From a producer standpoint, like from the standpoint of I post beats on there and I have an account, or the artist standpoint of like
You
using
can
the
go
platform.
either way. Your boy's
Okay.
here. Michael's
Yo,
here.
Mikhail, Phanatic was loving the swaying mix, bro. He was loving the Mikhail kicks. He was definitely, he's a fan, bro. He likes the mix. So probably I'll give you two real quick. Best features, the BeatStars app, the studio app is awesome. I love that I can just hop on my phone and look at like analytics and download the free download like Excel sheet and get data and quick access. The other thing that's awesome is the fact that you can collab with other producers and do like the splits right there for the finances, and then it's just seamless. Like someone else sells a beat that you collabed on, whether it's on your pro page or their pro page or whatever, you get the money in your PayPal instantly, and BeatStars handles it for you. So that is awesome.
Yeah, I love that feature, man, because like we said earlier, it's a collaborative business, networking, and to make that automated where you don't have to hit each other up, how much was that? Okay, yeah, send me that, you know what I'm saying? So it's already set, when the customer purchases. So yeah, I love that feature. Trust me. And it takes away the headache of doing like, back end stuff where you can focus more on analytics that you mentioned, stats. Everybody watching this, stats and analytics is vital to your business. Like some people take for granted plays, likes, reposts, all that. That shows you where your market is going, how it moves. Think about every major company. Stats is vital. I sound like I'm teaching again, but it's so important for you to pay
No,
attention
it's
to
true
that.
though. It's true. That they don't provide it just to be like we provide it. They provide it because that's actually, if you focus on that, you can definitely hone in on sales and your brand and building your business.
Right. And that's what entrepreneurship is. We want you to succeed. Bottom line, it's something that you love. Um, But yeah, stats is crazy because it also shows you what people are playing, what people are buying, what people gravitate to. Because you can make, I notice you're very diverse. You know what I'm saying? Like you can open up your app right now and see what people are gravitating to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, and being diverse, there's pros and cons, but you also can see, this some reason everybody played this 1,000 times in a week,
And
but
the,
they
the other
played.
thing, if you want to get really, really concrete, quick to the point, look at your analytics for sales. See what your top selling beat is. See, see what go and look at every beat you've sold an exclusive to, or go look at every beat that people buy, trackouts or your most expensive license, and see and be like, okay, so what's the similarity between these beats? Oh, they all have a distorted 808. Oh, they all have a melodic, like, and that way, if you want to focus more on sales, you know, catalog speaking, you can pump out more of those beats, and you see you're probably going to start getting a lot more attention.
Yeah, man, you're definitely right on that because I did that today. It's a good way to see what was selling or what people do free downloads on. Especially if you're not selling music, that'd probably be your next step because, I was trying to see what beat to promote. Let me see what people are using or downloading or buying, and I'll use that information and push that particular product. So you gotta put on that business hat, instead of just the producer hat, because there's two sides to it. Um, and
Yeah,
speaking of
that's
business
smart.
hat,
I'm gonna copy your strategy. Honestly, I've been
yeah,
thinking
take
about.
it.
I haven't done any BeatStars promo in a while, but I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna look at whichever, because I don't think I have that many beats that are like top sellers. But free downloads is a really good alternative because that's like that doesn't limit people who can afford or will buy beats. That's just like all around population who likes your beat. If someone likes your beat, they're gonna free download. So I'm totally
Yeah,
stealing your
definitely.
strategy.
Nah, man, it's all good. Take it, and run with it. Shout out to Levi Beats and Jamil. Make sure you check out their show, BeatStars Academy, because they talk a lot about this type of content. I usually don't get that deep into business stuff, but the conversation kind of gravitated to that, and yeah, definitely take that because it's useful. Because some people don't even use that data, and that data is so vital to your business, and that's why it's provided. It's just not like, oh, we do that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
essential. Just how you want to pick that kick and snare, just how you want to make sure the 808 slides right, your stats are just as essential, if not more. So you kind of have
Right.
to have that same balance. So speaking of that, back to the meetups. Was there anything that I said that stuck out to you? Because I once I
I
go
don't know.
start going, man, I start going, bro. Because I just want everyone to win, and I try to give everything I can think of. You know,
Dude, honestly, I'm not. I can't remember anything specific off the top of my head. I can't even remember much specific at all off of the next meet off the top of my head. But I'll put
okay,
it this
it's
way:
all good.
when I'll put it this way, when I went there, I mean, like you were speaking from the heart, and you were speaking like I was listening to you, and I was like, yeah, I love it. The energy was good. You were trying to teach people how to use BeatStars and to try out BeatStars, and empowering the community for people who want to take their music to the next level and monetize it. And I was all about it. So definitely good stuff.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I'm glad you got something out of it. Um,
Your
yeah, I
daughter,
mean,
it sounds like your daughter's making some samples there in the background.
well, I should get one of those field recorders because she has a balloon in her hand. And you notice the lights change behind me, so she found out they're sound activated. So that's why she's doing that. So I told you this is gonna be special, man. At the end of your show, she's come down to the basement and she got disco lights going on. So yeah, man. Some people, Machine Smith asked, when are the next BeatStars meetups? I'm looking forward to that a lot because I love to meet people face to face. Yeah, bro. I like to like be just there, man. I love to travel and I love to look forward to what's going on after this whole COVID stuff. I know a lot of states are like, I don't know, 80% vaccinated and stuff like that. So probably start in the states. I'm not sure where, but I'm really looking forward to being a part of that because I just want to keep giving value to this community and I want to see people, live with what they, basically make a living of what they love. I don't like to see people choose a path that doesn't fulfill them. I know a lot of us love making music and we love working with artists and we love just succeeding with music. So that's what I'm all about. And I look forward to the future, man, because I know a lot of quarantine stuff is being lifted. A lot of people are being vaccinated, and it's definitely an exciting time because I think it's changing towards the end of the summer. I'm sure it'd be crazy. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Um, something else I was gonna say. Um, hmm. Oh, what is a marketing strategy that you use right now that's successful to you in your business, like social media? You said you didn't do BeatStars promotion ads, but what's working for you currently?
Um, what's working for me currently? If we're talking, definitely organic social media marketing. I'm not the paid ads guy. If you want paid ads knowledge and running for paid traffic, that's not me. But organic marketing is definitely what's working. And what I mean by that is, not paying to acquire customers and acquire traffic. I use social media, I use content marketing. So I post on Instagram, I try to post regularly. And then I look for artists, not so much anymore, but I'm trying to incorporate this more. Just looking for artists that I enjoy, genuinely listening to your music. I'm like, oh, you're talented, da da da. So I'll reach out to people in the DM and then build a relationship and then be patient and send them beats via email. So I think the key to, I mean, organic marketing is build relationships and be patient because you don't want to hop in a bunch of people's DMs and act like you like them when you really think they're terrible and the whole intent is getting a beat sale. And then you get mad when you don't get a beat sale. Um, and you'll just come off really salesy. So look for people that you really enjoy. And then a great way to stay top of mind is content marketing. So you post content and then they get a notification because you already built a relationship with them and they see you and they start to be more involved and sort of indoctrinated in your brand. And before you know it, one of the emails you send them has one or two beats that they really like. and they're like, yo, how much for the unlimited lease or whatever? And you can take this and run with it and be more aggressive if you want. Like, obviously, if you reach out to 20 people a day, that's what, 140 people a week. If you do that for a month, you're probably going to start generating a decent amount. I don't do that at all. When I first started selling beats, I had more of that approach. But now that I have like a full-time job and I have less time and my finances are good, I take more of an organic approach. But definitely content marketing and organic, just building relationships online, leveraging Instagram. And I have, met customers for custom beats on Facebook, and I've found people like good um, custom beat customers on SoundCloud. So just leveraging social media, that's what I'm good at, and that's what works for me.
You make custom beats by request from people on SoundCloud.
I have one customer I found on SoundCloud, and I've made like over $1,000 off of him, and he's like, I'm doing like a whole album this year for him.
And they're all custom
So
beats.
they're all custom beats. That's
Wow.
like, yeah, I'm not gonna say dive all in on SoundCloud, but I will say that like if there's 100 people still on a platform, that's 100 potential sales. So you don't have to be on the most popping platform ever. Like if you go Google how many active users are on SoundCloud, there probably is still millions of users. So it doesn't matter if the platform in the mainstream media is considered dead. Like if there's people who rap on SoundCloud, there's rappers on SoundCloud. So if you want to sell beats, that it's another platform, you can definitely reach out to people, and they have a messaging system. And like I said, I got a customer on there that worked really well. So, and keep an open mind. If you're just on social media, like with the Facebook example, I was just on Facebook doing my thing, and I randomly saw like a post of a friend or something, and I hopped in on there and said something, and before I know it, like he was inquiring about custom beats because he saw I was a producer, and that's how it worked. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Because not many people take the organic approach. They think they should just put money into ads all day and not have any type of direction. So organic definitely works. And it's rare that I hear a producer do custom beats for one artist. It takes, some time and dedication and some, it's custom work. So you're catering to that specific person. I commend you for that, man. I used to do that, but it got way out of hand with certain people where they just take this part out, put that part in. It just got way exhausting. So I had
my
to.
yeah, no, I will say this: the customer that I'm talking about in specific is not picky, so it is
Cool.
awesome. Yeah, having a super picky artist for custom beats like can be annoying, especially if you don't have like a genuine connection with them and it's all business. After like 2 or 3 revisions, you're going to be like, bro, you're not even paying me that much. I'm getting so frustrated. So I will
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
And then, charge the right amount for custom beats. It can be tricky because if you don't charge enough, you don't value yourself enough. It's not going to be fun, especially if you're working with an artist that you don't necessarily enjoy that much.
Yeah, yeah. And I forgot to mention for everybody here, this is the Q&A session. So if you're here live, feel free to drop your question in the chat. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. It looks like we're on 4 platforms live right now. Feel free to drop in your chat, your question, so Jay Reed and I can try to respond as best as we can. And especially you got, a question you want to ask Jay Reed because he's our guest on the show. Bufo has a question, and I think it's pronounced Bufo. Is there certain beats that he really believes in and won't sell exclusively, or are they all game? Good question.
Um, yeah, 100% love that question. There's definitely certain beats that I would not sell exclusively, and I kind of in the back of my mind have them holding off until I am in the place and the position to, have them be played at a board meeting at a major label because a huge major artist recorded on them. There's definitely beats that I'm holding out till I have that power and that connection to link in the studio with major artists or send them to major artists. I will say that's definitely the minority of my beats. And most beats I probably will sell exclusively, but some beats I make and I don't care if it's selling a lot or whatever's happening. I just know that it's special. Kind of like that countdown beat. That's probably a beat that I wouldn't
Yeah,
sell exclusively unless you're like a straight up beast. Like if I'm like, yo, you are the underground Russ. Like everything
yeah,
I see with a major artist, I see you doing in your own style. Then I believe in you 100%, and we can work out a deal. Um, and then sort of going off of I can go on. I don't want to go on a tangent, but another thing regarding that is if I have a beat that's leasing a whole bunch of times, I haven't had this yet, but if I have a beat that's had sold like 5 unlimited leases for, and I made like $500, then I'm probably not going to be very quick to sell the exclusive for $500 or less because I'm already making more money on selling leases. So that's definitely a tip for anyone, that is interested. That's like marketing 101. If you're leasing the heck out of something and you're making more profit from it, then why would you sell it exclusively? Then the property is not for sale anymore and you can't lease it anymore. So,
yeah. Yeah, and also to piggyback on that, I'm glad you mentioned that. When somebody offers you exclusive, that tells you like how special that particular beat is. You know, I had to deny. It was over a rack, and I was like, nah, I'm not letting it go yet. It also depends on what they're asking for publishing wise as well too. But when people take action like that, you got to listen to it basically to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying. And here's that countdown beat link. That one's special. So I thought I'd share it again. That one stood out to me. I really like that beat, man. It was crazy.
thanks, bro. I appreciate it. And that takes guts to tell someone no, especially if they offer you $1,000. I've the most I sell a lot of exclusive beats for around $300. So if someone gives me 500, that's like considered a lot, right?
Yeah.
So regardless of what your amount is or what you're used to getting, like when someone gives you the good number for your good number, it can be tough, man. But like you said, sometimes it's just, would you rather take the money or you know would you rather take the money and then regret it later or just say no? And it's the tough thing to say, but you're like, cool, feel good about it at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it's also about where you are, financially. If you need the money, you got to pay rent.
Yeah.
You know what you got to do. You know,
Yeah.
um, and also if you feel like it has more potential than what they're offering, trust your gut. It's always
Yeah.
trust your gut.
Always trust your gut. And if you don't need the money and someone's offering you like a pretty penny, but the beat is special and they're not a very good artist, why would you sell it to them? If you don't need the money, they're just going to make, I'm not trying to like literally, dog on artists right now, but if you literally genuinely feel that this artist is kind of not great and they're not going to make a good song with your beat, don't sell them the exclusive if you don't need money, because then your beat is gone forever. And, you might get tagged in it and then you just, I'm not going to say you look bad because business is business. I'll repost anyone, but it's just kind of a sad story.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I'm guilty to that. I was like, that was back in the day when I needed money to just eat, man. Literally, I was broke as a joke, man. As broke as they come, like broker than anyone. And I was like, I don't want you on this beat. That was what I would spend like 8 hours
I can just
making.
picture you. I don't mean to interrupt you. I can just, when you said I
Yeah.
don't want you on that beat, I can just picture you like the decision in the moment of this happening, just like just sweating, like money, can't afford food. This rapper sucks. I don't want to do this. Like,
Yeah, and I had to sell it, man. And the
but
crazy thing is, like, they never release anything. It's just I'm like, come on, you know, you
yeah,
have it. It's locked up. You know what I'm saying? So don't regret the choices you make.
Well, hey, you needed the money, so
Yeah, yeah, I
all
didn't
in
regret
all,
it.
that was a smart decision. But like I said, if you don't need the money, don't do something that's just stupid, man. You're definitely going to regret it if you don't need the money and you sell it and someone just sends you like this just wonky, just trash song. You're like, no, what did I do?
Yeah, man, it's bad. I noticed you're responding to the questions. Stop taking my job, Jay Reed. We gotta answer them on a video, man, so everyone else can see your responses. Elvis Beats says, "Do you use TikTok to promote your beats?"
I do not use TikTok. TikTok, I think, is an amazing platform. And he's probably asking that because I said organic like 5 times. And TikTok is the organic traffic king because it's the newest platform. So they've yet to be like, you have to pay us all this ad money for anyone to see your content. But
Yeah,
no, I don't use TikTok. I think there is a lot of potential, but my thing is I'm already pretty active on Instagram, and one of my goals this year was recently become very active on YouTube for producers and building out that community. And I work full time, like I'm trying to start playing piano more, and it's too much stuff. You can only do so much, and TikTok is so addicting. I just maybe I'll get into it one day, but I just can't. I just can't right now.
yeah.
that the
Well,
whole
it's
the whole swiping, the seamless like reel feature that IG copied, that YouTube copied, it clearly works because you hop on the freaking platform and before you know it, it's 45 minutes later and you're looking at a video of someone like frying a donut and you were supposed to go respond to a comment. So it's really addicting.
Yeah, and I think TikTok is starting with ads. I think they're using like a beta invite version. Uh, it's gonna end up getting to that because a lot of social media it starts, edging towards getting ad money basically to
Yep.
keep the platform alive. But what's cool, shout out to my homie Donald. He actually is pretty big with TikTok. He's getting like mad celebrity endorsements where they repost his stuff, and he's like, "Yo, Phanatic, send me stuff." So it's cool where you can work with someone that already has a following and always has like this huge fan base, and that helps pull you up. So just something to share
Yeah.
with y'all because it's not all about you. Sometimes, like when people really mess with your stuff, even if you're not on the platform, I do not have TikTok, unfortunately. I do not go on TikTok, but my music is there through the BeatStars distribution because we actually distribute to that platform as well. So it helps him be able to locate my music and share it on his particular post because he does like funny videos and stuff, and he's hilarious. He does it with his family, and he has like all these things that he does. I got to check out some of them, but that's just some more gems for y'all to kind of open your mind up to a platform that you're not really on, but you can benefit from.
Yeah, TikTok, I will say it is very collaborative. One of the features, like what you're saying, you can sort of, I don't want to say ride someone else's wave because that has a negative connotation, but that's kind of
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is. That's kind of what it is. Like you can like duet, and there may be other features now where you sort of do like a split screen. And the thing with that is that some type of way that the algorithm works, how like their traffic is somehow like directed to you a little bit or something. So you can do that, and the whole app is based off of music. So obviously, if you're producing and you get creative and
Come on now.
do that, it's
Yep,
good. Um,
absolutely.
it's also about trends. So that's kind of another reason why I like hate it because I'm like the anti-trend person. Like I just and it takes so much energy following trends, and I know that's the number one reason. That's the number one way you blow up on TikTok is you follow a trend and then you streamline your own version of it. And for me, I'm just like, I don't want to do that. So
Oh, I hate trends, bro. And I'm shocked you're saying that at this stage of your career, man. Like, I feel you, bro. Like trends, I can't stand trends. They, you know what? It's like the trends are gone here today, gone tomorrow. And I totally feel you about trends. But it's I laugh at it because like you hate it now. It's gonna get worse.
Yeah, yeah, and that's my thing. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna stay off TikTok because
Facebook too.
before,
I mean
like,
IG.
yeah, like I don't want to go. I could talk for like 10 years on social media. It's too much. But what I will say, especially to, I think it was Elvis Beats who asked this. TikTok, there is mad potential if you want to sell beats. I know for a fact, but like any other social media, it takes time. The number one recipe for, traffic and growing something is consistency. But before that, and to not get too ahead of yourself, because I have done this a long time and I'm just finally starting to figure it out. You have to know what you want. You have to know your goals, know where you want to go before you figure out what to do. Because for the longest time, I had this mentality where I was like, I have to be on TikTok. I have to be on Instagram. I have to be on Facebook. I have to be on YouTube. I have to be on every single social media platform, posting every single day in order to get sales. And time again, I see on these BeatStars events where it'll be like someone who literally has 3 posts on their Instagram, has been on here for 10 years, barely posts on this, and that, and will like only post on YouTube. They just post on YouTube and they make 6 figures selling beats. So like there's a different strategy and a way to do this, regardless of what you want to do, how successful you want to be at selling beats. There's thousands of ways to do this. So I would say don't get too caught up in what everyone else is doing, because I did that for a very long time. And now I've come to conclusion where it's like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like I see all these people, they all have different strategies. So I built my own strategy and I'm starting to double down on that and more so focus on 1 to 2 social media platforms at a time, for 2 specific reasons. And that's what works for me. So I mean, I feel like that's really big.
Yeah, man. You said something golden there. Um, Not everybody's strategy works for everyone, you know, and everyone has a different path. Like some people focus just on one social media and they have their schedule. What two particular platforms work for you that you just mentioned?
Instagram since day one is how I've had like the most success. I don't make that much money selling beats. I've only been selling beats for like 2 years, but last year I made like almost $3,000 and I didn't run $1 worth of ads. So that's what works for
That's
me.
yeah, that's good.
Um, and now what I'm starting to use is YouTube. And I think you have a YouTube channel for like your producer stuff, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm kind of I'm trying to take that outlook because for the longest time I wanted to start releasing stuff to the community, and I think I really like have a lot to say, and I didn't realize for the longest time that like people enjoy my producer content. So I think not I think that's what I'm starting to do is I have a YouTube channel. In fact, I dropped the video today, a processing video on how to get your kicks to hit harder in your mix. But YouTube for producers, that's like my big thing this year and moving forward, and dropping a lot of producer kits and like monetizing more stuff for the community. And then Instagram for rappers. But paired with that, I will say email. Email is definitely the GOAT. And email is like my bridge between, figuring out people, building a relationship on Instagram, and then getting them to convert to like buy the thing. I email them my beats, and that's, they find the beats and then boom, get some sales.
Okay. Are you using the BeatStars email integration?
I don't know which one. I think I don't pay for any of the email services,
Um,
and I think I have the MailChimp. Like when people get a sale, I have some email that it sends them automatically, but I haven't really dove too deep into email marketing or the integration at all, I don't think.
oh, okay. So when you email your customers or potential leads, how do you just do it straight through your email or is it automated through MailChimp?
No, I do it straight through my email. I'm probably wasting so much time.
Oh, that's all good, bro. Like everyone does things differently. Um,
But I do
yeah,
that
BeatStar.
too because some of my artists, like I'm, building like a really close relationship with. So some of the artists, I just prefer to send them personal beat packs because I don't want to send them the same beats. Like I have certain specific artists that, buy more beats from me, and they're just good artists I work closely with. So they have specific stuff that I send them. But I definitely want to get into probably what you're talking about for more automated mass emails.
Yeah, yeah. There, your BeatStars account has we partner with Mailchimp and Aweber, so you can make all of that automated, especially when you offer free downloads. So basically, you set up your campaign in Mailchimp. I think you use it Mailchimp, and you can set it up where like you're just emailing them, thanking them for downloading your music, and I got something else for you. Here's the whatever bundle I want to send you. Just tap that link, you get access to whatever Google link, Mediafire, whatever you use, and that's email marketing. So that way you're pulling them closer to your business and you're gaining rapport with that fan. Let me actually. This is the help article for how to integrate either your Mailchimp or Aweber to your BeatStars account, and that way you don't have to do it grassroots, basically sending them one-on-one emails. I do actually agree with that because that's how it starts. Eventually, you won't have time to do that. You know what I mean? Where you'll
Yeah.
have 100 emails a day, and it becomes overwhelming. Especially, people have license questions, or they're like, "Yo, can I post that on YouTube?" Or "Yo, is that free for profit?" Just random questions, and that'll take up a lot of your time. So when you start automating this, you can save your time and focus it on other things, in your business. Why do I sound like a professor here? I just try to
Nah,
like,
you're good. You're good. I appreciate you seriously for bringing that up because that's really something I need to get that set up. And I feel like for my kind of mentality, I'm really about organic marketing as opposed to just paid traffic. And email marketing is 100% organic. You acquire the customer and then you send them emails. So I feel like that's probably something that I should be taking advantage of.
yeah, and yeah, I can send you a link, personally, but I put it in the chat as well. That's how you integrate. If you have a Mailchimp, I think they have a free account. It's like
Yeah, I
free
got
up
I got
to
a I got a free account.
yeah, you can integrate that. It connects, and that way you
Cool.
can create a campaign where you can set certain beats you want that people can download for free, or you can do all of them. I do all of my beats are for free, and that's a different strategy that I use, and it's pretty successful for me. So every beat I post, somebody can get it for free, but it's tagged. But also it helps me know who's gravitating to my music, and I can talk to you. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? You know,
Yeah, I do the same thing. But see, the more you say it, I'm like, I'm not taking it. I do free downloads, then I'm not doing anything with them. So that's where I need to take the free downloads and initiate the first conversation because I feel like that's a lot of sales waiting on the table.
yes, sir. That's why they call it a lead because it's leading you to that destination. Like that, people take action and energy is on different levels. Somebody can easily like the post of this video. Just hit a like. And if you're here live, hit a like. Somebody can subscribe. That's a next level. You see what I'm saying? Somebody could put a comment. That's a different level of energy. Somebody can comment, subscribe, and like. Also, go to our personal BeatStars profiles. They download your beats. That link I sent of your entire playlist. They can go to my stuff, look up my stuff. That's another level of energy. Somebody can actually DM us after doing all that. That's another level. So when somebody downloads your music, that's obviously showing that they J Reed's knocking. Yo, that dude's crazy. I'm gonna download that beat. That was crazy. I'm gonna message him. You see what I'm saying? So you got to pay attention to that, and you can't let
Yeah.
that particular gravitation go away. It's called reciprocity.
Yeah, that's I feel so dumb as like a marketing person. You're talking to me. I'm like, why do I know all this and I'm not doing anything about it? Like it's so true. I don't want to get too off tangent, but yeah, that's like the customer value journey and people who are going out of their way to come from just seeing your post to double tapping to commenting on all your posts to clicking the link in your bio and downloading it. Like it goes to show that they're a lot more involved. So they're a lot closer to converting and possibly, yeah, bro, what am I doing? you're gonna get me setting up this email thing like this week. I'm gonna be spicking spam, blasting out these emails.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Mailchimp gives templates too, so you can see what type of things they offer, but make it your own voice when you set up like campaigns and stuff. You know, because a lot of people they're not aware of that type of approach. But yeah, I'm glad I can help, man. That's why
You
we're on
got
this call.
I'm telling you, you got me hyped right now. I'm just like I got email marketing flooding through my brain. Like I'm gonna have to yeah, I got the link on the other tab. I'm gonna have to see what's up with that.
Yeah, yeah. Start with that, and then you can get on the other stuff too. There's text marketing. That's
I do a
that's
little
next
bit of
level.
that. I do a little bit of that more and the personal approach too. That's slept on too. And it's like if you think about it, bro, if you're texting someone, like who do you text? You text your friends. So you're getting them closer to your circle. So like if you've gone from like a random business acquaintance sort of I've commented one time on this Instagram post to like I text this person every week or I hop on the phone, that person is a lot more loyal to you and your business. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And other than just the friends that rap or friends that
yeah,
are interested, in your product. Um, but yeah, text is like the next level. It's been popping for a minute, and the success rate, open rates, everyone checks their phone, man. You're
do
always
you
on
do
these devices.
do you, have you done actual text automation?
No, I haven't. BeatStars has an integration as well with that ManyChat.
Because I
So
know
that
that's like a thing too. It's just I got to start with email before I go there, but I feel like if done right, that's pretty crazy. I saw something on I think it was a producer grind episode. It was Ryan Leslie about how he like sold like made like half a million or like $1 million super quick and sold out his show like ridiculously quick, all from building all these relationships and like clicking one button and automated text and then just like ran them through and they bought the tickets.
Yeah, man. It's funny you bring that up. I was in LA at the ASCAP Expo. Shout out to ASCAP. He did a seminar there about that. He was
That's
promoting
dope.
his product, Superphone. I think that's what it's called. And I think we use Fan Connect pretty much for the same thing. Um, yeah, texting is gonna be the future basically, but email marketing is still front and center, and it's a good way to communicate with your customers. You know.
And email is like the one thing where it's just amazing because email is never going to go away. Email is not a social media platform. So it doesn't there's no ads or like there's certain rules and filters and ways you have to play the game of email and email marketing, but email is not a social media platform, so like you use it hand in hand with your social media. It's pretty bro, the more I talk about this I'm like I'm not even using email to its full
You're not.
capability, like I
You're
gotta
not.
like
It's all good, man, because
but
there's other producers that are doing the same thing, so it's all good, bro. That's why I ask.
yeah, so
It's all good, man, because you know, and even stuff that I'm not doing, and people hired me are still not doing. You know what I mean? So Cloud9 Music says he uses email marketing and text marketing. Both help with sales.
yep.
Cloud9, which one is more successful for you, bro? Let us know. Text marketing, like I said, I think the open rates are like above 90%. Email marketing is good, but it depends on the particular list. Basically, the people that really rock with you, or how they obtained your product. Some people just never open your emails. Some people respond to them where you're just like, oh God, they responded
Well,
8 times to the same email.
and
But go
depending
ahead.
on how you get the email, like your email could automatically go into their spam or whatever. You could get like soft or hard blocks. So there's that. But the one thing I speculate about text message marketing, because it has to be, I'm sure it has to be approached differently because we don't text people like hello question or comma and then put we don't write an email. It's not formal like that. At least not usually after you've met the person one time. So I speculate that like depending on how you get the list too, it seems like it seems for me, if I get something that's sort of spammy or promo-y on my text, like I'm a lot quicker to unsubscribe on text as opposed to email. And it almost seems like less effort.
Hmm.
So there's that. But yeah, I feel like the open rates probably are ridiculous on text because we're always on our phone just opening text. It's right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Um, I personally don't like text marketing, so I feel like other people don't. Yeah, I mean and to speak on did you see that, Reed? But
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
actually, I will say, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I will just say this, Buffo. Just because you don't like it, I think it's not smart to assume that other people don't like it. I've literally fallen under this false perception many times. And then right when you do it, the other person loves it. And you're like, wait, what have I been doing? Like, it's because you just create this sort of perception in your mind because you had one bad. So I would say definitely don't fully say no text marketing just because you don't like it. It's definitely, I think there's a lot more to it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say the same exact thing. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it won't be successful. And just like music, sometimes you won't like a beat, and then somebody else loves it. Like,
That is like the producer. That is a producer story of the century. You have all the way from the smallest producers to the biggest producers on the movie screens. And in the interview, they are like, yo, they picked this beat. It was terrible. I made it in like 3 minutes and it's number one on the radio. So, and that's hard too. You got to cut your ego with that. Like, okay, it's a good beat. I kind of hate it. I'm going to put it on BeatStars, see what happens. That is a skill in itself,
yeah, and egos can destroy you. Let go of your egos, yo. Anyway,
especially in this music stuff.
yeah, Cloud9 says it depends. Both do really well. Text marketing works better, but I make sure I only text twice a month. But I'm guaranteed a sale when I text within 24 hours, which is amazing. So it
Damn, that's
seems
really,
like
really cool.
text marketing is guaranteeing a sale within 24 hours. That's amazing. I should get on that. I think we connect with Fan Connect for text marketing. I can check, but yeah, it's definitely another level of connecting with your fans, and that's what it's all about. Is always communicating with your fan base. Any type of advice that you want to give to producers just starting out?
Um, yeah, the best piece of advice I would say is like don't lose focus of why you started making music. Making $100,000 selling beats online sounds great, and that's I would love to do that, and that's definitely one of my goals one day is to tap that. But as we sort of touched on earlier, like money does not buy happiness. I guarantee when I get that point, like it's gonna be cool because I'll make beats for a living, but don't lose focus of like why you got into music, and just have fun with it. And I think the biggest thing is don't compare yourself to other people because every single person's different, every single person's journey is different, and there's a different way to get to your goal than the person right next to you. And the minute you start comparing yourself to someone else, you start to get really insecure and life seems really dark and black and white, and that's literally not what life is. So if you stay faithful and stay honest and true to yourself, and stay having fun, I look at it like every day I wake up and I get to make music is a great day no matter what happens. So I think that's a good mentality and approach. Just keep having fun, keep making music and appreciating everything you can do, whether it's a failure or a success, it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, man. Awesome, awesome advice. That's like the highlight of the show right there, man. And this is the link to the Fan Connect, how to connect it to your account. We're dropping so many gems on this show, man. It's just this last segment is just crazy. Um, and also you
I
dropped a
agree.
lot of dope beats, man. But yeah, that's really good advice. Like some people just get lost in that and the feeling of just I gotta make music, I gotta make a sale, I gotta make a sale, and sometimes making a sale just isn't the end goal, because the artist might not release anything, You might not hear what the artist decided to do with it. Also, it shouldn't be an end goal for everybody because it's more than just that. You know what I mean?
Right when you get a sale, you'll have the instant gratification for like 30 seconds, and then you'll be like, well, that was really cool. Okay, maybe 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And then your life keeps going on. So if you don't have fun, but yeah, I agree with you.
What was one of the low points in your producer career, and how did you get out of it?
I'll tell you right now, the lowest point of my producer career was recently, and it started 8 months ago. I randomly went on a bike ride, and the next day I was like on my computer, and my wrist started hurting really bad. So I developed carpal tunnel, and I went to physical therapy for 5 months. It's been 8 months later. I'm still dealing with it, but I've gone to like a lot of different doctors and seeked a lot of treatment, and I'm pretty much out on the other side. I still struggle with it. I'm still progressing and learning different things. I have to produce differently, and my frequency and intensity of producing is differently, so I don't like irritate my wrist. Um, but like, man, that was the lowest point. I'm just starting to play piano again, and that's like my favorite thing to do in the world. Literally couldn't play at all. I couldn't even touch the keys, try to do anything for like 3 to 4 to 5 months, and I could play a little, and then I'm just starting to incorporate it back in my stuff. And during that time, I could barely produce. I could barely do anything for 20 hours in the week. So I'd say that was really dark because you know I felt hopeless, and there's no worse feeling in the world than I can't do anything to not even just further my career. At that point, it was like, how can I make music? That's literally the one thing I want to do. I can't make music like without being in excruciating pain. So I think if I can say the one thing that helped me, it was definitely patience, and patience and having faith, like understanding that I'm 23, soon to be 24 in 2 weeks. Like I have a lot of years to go. Whatever it is you're dealing with, in my case, carpal tunnel, like I'm going to figure it out. It's going to get better. I may deal with it on and off my whole life, but like, what is me stressing and making myself feel worse about it? Then, like, what does that do for me? It does nothing. I just feel worse and worse and worse. So, definitely out of like the 3, 4 years I've seriously produced and make music, that was the big low point in my life. But, being patient and understanding that regardless of what happens, like things happen for a reason, and I'm just gonna become, I'm gonna come out on the other side stronger as a person and stronger as a producer. So yeah, man, patience is huge.
Yeah, man. I forgot that you play piano. I totally forgot that you do that, which is awesome. And I didn't know you suffered from carpal tunnel. You know what helps is do you have a trackball? You ever try using a trackball? Okay.
I use one on my left hand now to like alternate,
Yeah, they
and I
said
use
that.
this. I use this. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these mouses. It's a vertical mouse.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Because like the way your nerves work is they start all the way from here, and when your arm is like that, you're actually twisting. So when you're already in a vulnerable point, like if you have carpal tunnel, just this, I remember for the first couple months I couldn't even grab a thing. So I do that now.
Yeah. So you're using the vertical mouse mostly,
Yep.
or
I use the vertical mouse, and I mean I switch on and off. I switch on and off, but the biggest thing is like taking breaks and respecting my body, because if I just go through a whole bunch of pain, like I'll wake up the next day and my whole hand will feel just terrible.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I heard trackballs do help with carpal tunnel a lot. You know, um, I guess the best way is to be able to tell is how you feel after like a certain amount of time.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, trackball helped me a lot because I noticed when I was using a regular mouse, I started feeling like pain. I was like, yo, that's not right. So when I switched to trackball, I just didn't feel it anymore.
I think the thing with the trackball is it's a lot more interactive. And like if you look at
Mm,
the science of like carpal tunnel and like what you're doing with a mouse, you're literally just sitting there for like 4 hours, and all you do is this.
mm,
Like that's
mm.
all you do. Whereas like a trackball, you're kind of going like that a little bit. So I agree. I think the trackball is cool.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad that you didn't let that stop you from making music. You know what I mean? Some people would get lost in that pain and they were like, yo, this sucks, bro. I'm not making music ever again. You know, you kind of found a balance between progressing out of that and having patience to stop working and let your body heal and then you can get back on it. So it seems like you're aware of it, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself. And that along with a lot of things I say and said today in the show, like I'd be lying if the advice I give, I don't struggle at following sometimes myself. We're all victim of that. But you know, it's good to like understand these things and just being on the show and like talking and listening to other BeatStars events and stuff helps me with that.
No, that's awesome, man. So, any where can people find your music? Where can they find you? And I'll have a follow up question to that. So, where can people, follow you and whatnot?
Sure. So I have my thing in like the camera. It says at J Reeds Knocking, JREEDSKNOCKING. That's the at that's the name I have everywhere. On Instagram is definitely the main platform. If you haven't, come connect with me on Instagram, follow me, and then hit me up and say what's up. I'd love to get to know you there. I'm mainly on Instagram. I do have a Twitter. I don't use it too much. And I do have a Facebook business page, but Instagram's the main one. And I will say, because I know a lot of you guys are producers, YouTube is a big focus of mine in producer content. So Jay Reed's Knocking on YouTube. If you go over there, hop over there and check out my content over there. And I'd love to have you in the community over there. YouTube is a big one recently and moving forward. There's a lot of dope producer content coming out. But so Instagram, YouTube, but if you search Jay Reed's Knocking, I'm on like a lot of platforms.
Awesome, man.
And then
And
BeatStars, of course, I forgot we're like on a BeatStars Sunday Sounds. Jay Reed's Knocking on BeatStars as well.
it's already a given. So yeah, they know you're on BeatStars because yeah, I shared your playlist like in most of the show. So
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
if they don't know by now what they're watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and comment as well. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. Always appreciate the support. And also, what do you have planned for this year? Like, what do you want to get done before the end of the year? Like, what are some of your future goals that you have with music?
Um, all right. So one of my big goals, I'll say, starting with this month, one of my big things. I don't know the name of the pack, but I'm going to release a free sample pack, which is going to be 5 piano compositions. Where it's like I'm literally going to go downstairs and record off my modern upright piano with my microphone. This one right here, a bunch of piano stuff, and then like throw it in FL and process it and give it out for free. That's the thing I'm doing this month. Another one of my goals this year is to drop a drum kit called Knockstar. It's going to be super dope, and the focus is going to be a lot of original sounds because I feel like there's way too many recycled sounds in the community. So I want to just throw in a whole bunch of fire drum sounds for beginner, intermediate, and advanced producers. And then just YouTube in general. That's a big one of my goals. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year. Who knows if it will happen? I'll be happy either way, but more seriously, just growing that community in YouTube and continuing to post a video every 2 weeks. So 2 times a month, producer content, tutorials, cook up videos, like a lot of that stuff. YouTube is like a big thing I want to focus. And then other than that, more personal, just getting back to piano, getting better at piano and finding a new teacher and starting taking lessons again and stuff. So that's a big one for me.
Yeah, man, that sounds awesome, bro. Because I'm actually trying to get my piano game back up. I took years off, and you know, just getting that muscle memory back. It's therapeutic for me. I can play
Yeah.
piano all day, man, and not make a beat.
Uh-huh.
I can just do
I
that all day.
agree. I agree. You can get lost in that keyboard. It's the best thing. And the reason I didn't mention beats, obviously, still continuing to make beats and post beats. That's a big thing. I just figured most of you guys are producers, so I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, go buy a bunch of beats for me." But yeah, pushing beats. But yeah, YouTube. and piano and all the other stuff I said.
Yeah, and you're gonna put those packs on your BeatStars platform as well on your profile.
Yes. So I'm 100% going to be dropping that piano pack sometime this month. If you are, follow me on Instagram and stay tuned. I post probably way too much stuff on there, so you'll see what's good with that pack soon. But definitely going to post that. And whenever my drum kit comes out this year, it's definitely going to post with BeatStars. I'm loving BeatStars and sticking with the platform.
Cool, man. We appreciate you. And I like the name of the pack too. That's a dope name. Yeah.
I
So
can't
there
take
you
all the
have.
credit for that. Some of my friends helped me out, but now go ahead. Go ahead.
No, man. No, friends are especially when they give good advice. That's a good thing.
I had to text a bunch of my friends. I was like, I'm coming out with this drum kit. What the heck? What do we
Yeah, what do I
call it?
call it?
I was
Yeah.
like, is it Knockaholics? Is it Knockavelli? Like,
Knockabilly. That's funny. Well, there you have it. That's Sunday Sounds on BeatStars. I'm your boy DJ Phanatic Beats. It's been dope having Jay Reed's knocking on the show, and hopefully you watch this later, play the replay, and yeah, definitely subscribe if you haven't, and definitely shout out to all the people that joined us live. I appreciate y'all. It's always cool to see new names and familiar faces, man. So it's definitely been dope. Any last words there, Jay Reed's knocking?
no, other than I appreciate you guys so much who are in the chat. Like, I see there's people like giving me advice. Like, this one dude's like, I had carpal tunnel. Trust me, that takes time to heal the nerves. Like, da 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 da. So, like, that's, yeah, Cloud9. Shouts out to you. Just, I don't know. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, trust me, I'm telling you this not to be in a selfish way. Come follow me on Instagram and hit me up in the DM to say what's up. Because, like, a lot of cool people, a lot of great energy in here. And I'd love to, keep in contact with you guys. And I appreciate you so much, Phanatic, for having me on the show. It's such an awesome experience, and I'm super grateful for it.
It's all love, bro. I definitely wanted to have you on the show so people got to meet you and also hear what you're doing and also to hear your story, man. So definitely, I'm glad that you're open to it and that you're able to just share your journey with the communities. So thank you, man. And we might do a part two later in the year. Who knows? So yeah,
Who
it's definitely
knows,
dope, man.
man? Part two, we might be at a BeatStars meeting in person before we know it. So
There,
let's,
there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So y'all have a blessed Sunday, and I'll see y'all next time. And keep making dope music, and hopefully this brought you value. And yeah, I'll check you out. Peace, everybody.
peace out, Phanatic.
Hang on, Jay Reed. I'll talk to you.
Okay, okay.